I think it's a legitimate thing to be concerned about anyone's age, including mine. I think that's totally legitimate. But I think the best way to make the judgment is to watch me. Am I slowing up? Don't have the same pace? Or, and that old joke, everybody talks about the new 70s, 50s, and all that stuff. It could be, I'm a great respecter of fate. I could get a disease tomorrow. I could, drop dead tomorrow.
That was Joe Biden there, acknowledging the elephant in the room, his age. In a rare circumstance, the president did a one-on-one interview with MSNBC's Jonathan Capehart over the weekend. Mr. Capehart referenced his aunt Gloria, who in 2020 was Joe Biden's biggest fan, but now believes that he shouldn't run for a second term in 2024 because of his age. Gloria, however, said if Donald Trump were to run again, then Joe Biden should absolutely go up against him. That's not a rare opinion. A lot of voters believe 2024 could see a repeat showdown between Trump and Biden because there is a belief that Biden is the only Democrat that could beat the former president. So what did Joe Biden have to say about his age being such a deterrent on why he shouldn't run again? Biden said age, including his, is a legitimate thing to be concerned about, but implored voters to make their judgment by watching him. He said that before the "watch me" statement, an attempt to convince Americans that he's doing a good job. Joe Biden went on. Am I slowing up, he questioned. Do I not have the same pace? He then rambles, trying to find his words before saying he was a great respecter of fate. I could get a disease tomorrow. I could drop dead tomorrow. The president attempted to stand strong, saying if he's still passionate about what he does, then he should run for re-election. But acknowledged if voters don't have faith in him, then they should encourage him to not seek another term. He concludes that he's still physically and mentally fit. Everything is functioning, but he understands why there are doubts. And there truly are doubts. Joe Biden's age and cognitive ability has plagued his presidency. Next month, he will turn 80 years old. And while he is already the oldest sitting president in history, the concerns don't just stem from his actual age. The concerns stem from his constant gaffes, his missteps and gibberish with the auto cue, his mistakes, when he looks lost on the stage, when he called the name of a deceased congresswoman, when he slurred his words, when he's tripped up the stairs to Air Force One. The list goes on. And while the president has continued to urge his voters that he does plan to run again in 2024, there are still doubts. When the 2024 presidential election rolls around, Biden will be a few weeks shy of 82 years old. If he won another 4 years, he would finish his second term at 86 years old. There's no two ways about the fact that his age and his public blunders will cross minds when Americans head to the voting booth. A recent I&I and TIPP poll found more than 64% of Americans were concerned about Joe Biden's mental well-being, which included 52% of Democrat voters. After next month's midterm elections, that will be the time President Joe Biden will make his decision about his future plans for the next few years. Until then, he remains the frontrunner for the Democrat Party's presidential nomination, and even more so if he faces off again against Donald Trump.